Hey everybody, what's going on? We are back with another quickie review, and this one is something that's recently happened. Basically, the incest scandal. This is the main troll responsible for it, and I'm actually interested in learning about this because I've been like kind of a silent observer in this whole thing, but I haven't really looked into the Isabella Loretta Chanky. So that's what we're gonna do today. Ongoing. The things described in this article are still happening, so it may be subject to frequent change. And maybe I'll update it if that happens. I'll maybe make a short video update if I see changes in this one. And a pro tip, as always, refrain from going into detail about Bella's personal life on this page, despite it being a plethora of fuckitude. A lot of it has little or no relation to Chris, and Encyclopedia Dramatica already has that covered. Isabella Loretta Jenke, born August 28th, 2001. I still hate the way to cite date names, writes dates, also known as ILJ Bella or Kelly Osborne, is a sociopathic foot fungus-ridden leader of the trolling ring based in Texas Tech University, best known for her participation in the leaked July 2021 call in which Chris revealed that he had been having an incestuous relationship with his mother. It was later revealed that she extorted him out of significant sums of money required for Barb's care, and some even suspect that she was the one who coaxed Chris into having sex with his mother in the first place, though there is no conclusive evidence for the latter as of this writing. Isabella is arguably the worst and most dangerous troll to have ever targeted Chris, having malicious intentions that somehow managed to overshadow every single previous controversial troll before her. Isabella's sadistic personal life was exposed not long after Kiwi Farms doxed her. She is known to be a white supremacist despite being mixed race herself, an animal abuser, a fetishist for all things unholy, including incest, snuff, bestiality, sadism, scat, pedophilia, and Naruto. What? I don't get that last one, but okay. Even before meeting Chris, she was known for bullying and blackmailing other students to the point of suicide, all with the help of her cult-like circle of friends. This page is solely focused on Bella's interactions with Chris, but for more information, Encyclopedia Dramatica has an article of her which goes into much deeper detail on her disturbing pastimes and abhorrent hygiene than this page likely ever will. Oh, so the hygiene thing is real? Okay. Maybe I'll do that eventually. I don't know. I kind of just want to focus on Chris Chan for now. Maybe I'll do that later. Isabella's reasons for trolling Chris Chan were extremely dark. Whether or not she was the main culprit behind the incest saga is unclear, but it is known that she was intending to gather incriminating information from Chris and blackmail him. Her intentions were most likely to either extort Chris out of large sums of money, of which he simply didn't have, he was $200 in debt. I never get that. Like, why trolls want to get money from Chris? He doesn't have money. Like, he's on social security checks. Like, he doesn't have money. Like, I don't get why trolls want to just take money from him when he doesn't have any to begin with. That never made sense to me. Isabella would try and use the information to get Chris to commit suicide or self-harm, which her cult was known to have done in the past. However, after the audio of the incest call was leaked, Bella was soon doxxed by the Kiwi Farms, and her whole plan unraveled in just a few weeks. Chris, now in jail and thus unable to be contacted or manipulated, it is unlikely that Bella will take any further action. This is especially so after her aforementioned dirty laundry was dumped all over the internet, with thousands of new people learning about her horrifying exploits unrelated to Chris. Ironically enough, in trying to ruin the life of a low cow, Isabella became a lol cow herself and serves as a cautionary tale for those seeking to make a name for themselves awful quick. Interactions with Chris. We get a lot of stressful torture in our lives that make us crash into slumber. Given the inspiration is a big variable, and we may have been lacking it, this article or section will be completed as soon as possible at our own pace. Honest. I like that. I love it. Early interactions. It is unclear exactly when Bella first met Chris, but some users on the Kiwi Farms have speculated that one of the first face-to-face interactions happened on the 31st of July in 2019 at the Rubik's Cube convention in Baltimore. However, her interest in Chris would not be sparked again until sometime in early 2020 when she began watching Chris Chan, A Comprehensive History. I love that series, by the way. Their next interaction would not happen until July of that year. On the 5th of February in 2021, Bella was most likely involved in the plot by a watchman to get Chris to tase himself in order to activate the dimensional merge. The incest scandal. Well, we're already getting here. Okay, pro tip, despite what you may have been led to believe, although she encouraged him after discovering the incest, Bella did not force Chris to rape his mother. Chris was doing this long before he conversed with her about it and has expressed positive views of incest bagging dating back to as far as 2016, which is true because I do remember, I think I mentioned this before, but I do remember there's this one thing where Chris posted something on Facebook about how he thought that a mother and son duo getting arrested for incest was too much and how he was trying to put a positive spin on it. So that's why I wasn't really surprised when I heard about this incest thing at first, because Chris has expressed like not an interest, but like at the very least he had a skewed sense of what was right and wrong in regards to incest. So there you go. Um, on some unknown date, but believed to be as early as the 20th of April 2020, Bella hatched an idea to have Chris eventually be blackmailed to commit suicide. The earliest known mention of this had happened on the 19th of July 2021. In order to do this, Bella would rally up several people to help her out with this plan, which includes other students from TTU and people outside of TTU that had some degree of familiarity with Chris. Many of these recruits were also members of two distinct chess club Discord servers run by Bella. In July 2021, Bella recorded a call of her and Chris discussing Chris's incest with Barb, most likely for blackmail purposes. Despite Chris going into graphic detail about the act, Bella acted nonchalant throughout and even encouraging it at times. Judging by the fact that it took until late July for this audio to be leaked by the ever-free Sutress, it is likely that Bella would have simply continued with her plan and allowed Chris to continue his behavior indefinitely. When the Sutress eventually did leak the conversation, Bella's only response only confirmed this. In the intervening time, several of the trolls involved created a collection of fake texts in which Chris supposedly made to having BDSM-style sex with Barb. Ew. This was likely related to Bella's long-term plot to make Chris commit suicide in some way, but how exactly these were planned to be used had the original insect call audio not been leaked prematurely is unclear. And Chris seemed pretty open about the incest, so I don't know what exactly they were planning on doing. Like, he seemed fine with it. Like, I don't think he was going to kill himself for it unless they had some other plan involving it. I don't know. Aftermath. On the 30th of July, the incest phone call involving Bella was unexpectedly leaked to the public by one of her associates. Immediately, Bella tried to do everything in her power to distance herself from the now growing drama. One of the first things she decided to do to remedy this was to shift the blame of any damaging effects that may occur onto the ever-free Sutress. More on that later. In the end, the whole charade didn't do much other than inflict unnecessary psychological harm on the Sutress, as by this point it has already been made abundantly clear to everyone who was paying attention that Bella was a compulsive liar and was not to be trusted. Eventually, Bella herself was doxxed, not in small part due to one Louis Hers, one of Bella's own cronies, posting an image of Bella's mistreated rescue dog. After her personal information was leaked, Isabella went into desperate, albeit futile, damage control using soft puppet accounts on 4chan, Reddit, and Q forums to rant about how the info regarding her was fake, exaggerated, or a SISOP. I don't know, PSYOP. I don't know what that says. Conspiracy led by transgender puppet masters. Okay. Unfortunately for her, this was to no avail. As of August, there are dedicated active threads on Kiwi forums for Bella and all of her cronies. With such a unique name, these threads will likely be the first things any future employers see when they Google Bella's name. Ironically, Bella has just become as unemployable and infamous as Chris himself. Another article has yet to be completed. The stress thing. During her plot, Bella manipulated and or enlisted many people to help her out with her plans. Some of them were genuinely unaware of Bella's true intentions, while others had intentions as equally as depraved as hers. What did these people who were allegedly unaware think that this was going to lead to is my question. Like, they clearly had to know what she was doing, or at least had to have some idea of what she was doing. Like, if not the suicide thing, they had to know she was doing something fucked up. Like, I refuse to believe they were genuinely unaware of everything. Like, that just doesn't sound right to me. Though, given her known plans for one particular associate, as well as the fact that she has driven at least one TTU student to commit suicide, and how she eventually decided to backstab almost all of her associates directly after the leaks by doxing them, it may turn out that she had nefarious plans for many of the people listed below. The ever-free Sutress. Pro tip. Like with the wallflower, the true identity of this person will be concealed by the quickie, even though it is an open secret. However, unlike with the wallflower, we decide entirely for ourselves that the true identity of the ever-free Sutress will not be disclosed on this wiki. The Sutress was manipulated by Bella, thrown under the bus, repeatedly doxxed mercilessly by her and her cronies, and framed as being behind the whole affair, all for rightfully leaking the incest call to the public. Note that none of this is meant to portray her as a hero. The Sutress has shown weenish tendencies herself, most notably attempting to use doorway accounts to join the Bella hate bandwagon, even when she was banned from using the internet. Nevertheless, usage of her real or screen names, or more importantly, attempting to connect any names with this code name, will result in a permanent ban. Also, for the love of God, do not attempt to contact her. One of the most important people Bella had gathered to help with her plans was a young autistic woman who had originally organically formed a crush on Chris and was or moderator for the Christian subreddit. For the sake of anonymity, said woman will be referred to as Everfree Sutress, or more simply the Sutress, for aforementioned reasons. I do not remember any mention of her real name, and I'm not going to look it up either because this woman sounds like she's been through enough. And I mean, I'm not saying my video is going to probably get any views or any shit, but like still, you never know who's watching this. The Sutress was originally planned to be sent with Chris on a trip to the Brony convention at Everfree Northwest, part of her codename's namesake. According to Discord leaks, Bella plans to have the Sutress and Chris copulate during the convention and record it. The exact purposes for this is unknown, but Bella sexually attracted to the Sutress in the past has also claimed in those same leaks that she planned to steal the Sutress for herself. Despite all this elaborate scheming, Chris did not seem to show very much interest in the Sutress at this point, and a lot more interest for Bella. This made things more difficult for Bella, as when she tried to book a room for both herself and the Sutress, Chris kept insisting that a room be booked for both him and her. Oh, that sounds like a sitcom waiting to happen. Sean Walker, also the WCT. Sean Walker, known on the Kiwi Farms as Psychic Espion or elsewhere as the Wildcat WCT Nico Onyx. That's a dumb name. Plenty of other pseudonyms. Is a former Watchmen member and self-proclaimed as one of the final protagonists. He also claimed himself to be the successor of Joshua Moon on the Kiwi Farms, even having one of his pseudonyms be Connor, Josh's middle name for White Knight and Chris. Sean was a key ally of Bella in spreading disinformation to throw off observers. He conspired with Bella to frame the Sutress and was the one who released and spread fake messages of Chris admitting to BDSM with Barbara. Okay. More importantly, Bella's plot to have Chris kill himself was most likely inspired by Sean's previous manipulations of Chris. Sean was a longtime follower of fellow locale and mass shooter Randy Stair. Oh, that guy. Oh, that fucking guy. Who eventually committed a mass shooting. And it wasn't really a mass shooting. He killed like 3 people and then himself. Like, I would assume a mass shooting would be more like 10 or 20. Like, it'd be a lot of people. Like, I'm not saying what he did wasn't awful. Like, he killed 3 innocent people just so he can be a part of this stupid Ember's Ghost World show that he made up. But like, I wouldn't really call it a mass shooting. You know what I mean? It is speculated that Bella intended to have Chris commit suicide in a similar fashion, having Chris kill himself in an attempt to finally complete the dimensional merge. I mean, and knowing how crazy Chris is, he might have done it. Based on Sean's behavior from this time, it is almost certain that he knew of the end goal of Bella's plot. Yeah, that's an interesting photo. Gibby. I actually watched Gibby, so let's see what he did. Devin John, better known by his YouTube name Gibby, is a YouTuber specializing in Chris-centric content since 2019. He would upload videos summarizing Chris's weekly activity while giving commentary, typically in the form of reading articles from this very wiki. He was desperate to showcase the events of the scandal early for his YouTube channel. Immediately accepting Bella's story that the entire scandal was the fault of the Sutress, Gibby then leaked her phone number in one of his videos for thousands to see. I watched all the videos about this, and I don't remember this. Maybe it's because I watched one where he didn't give out the number. I don't know. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm just saying, like, I didn't see it. Gibby then took the video down 3 hours after he uploaded it, after he was getting criticized for leaking the Sutress's personal information when no other evidence was given that she was responsible. Gibby then claimed that the reason the phone number was left intact was because the uploading of the video was held back by 3 hours and to allow people discussed in the video to make sure that he wasn't doxed he hadn't doxed the wrong person. Gibby decided that doesn't make sense. Gibby decided to upload the video a second time without removing the Sutress's phone number, spreading her personal information to even more people, but deleted the video after only 2 minutes for unknown reasons. Gibby had also attempted to upload the video a third time. In the end, this whole charade didn't do much other than to inflict unnecessary psychological harm on the Sutress, as by this point it has already been made abundantly clear to everyone who was paying attention that Bella was a compulsive liar and was not to be trusted. So that was a roller coaster. And it's still ongoing, so who knows what else is going to be released after this. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, as I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month or year, whichever comes first. So be sure to come back next time and make sure to stay beautiful, because I most certainly am not going to do that for you.